if you're in a cross-cultural marriage, you're in a very fortunate position because you know that you are. And so you can be intentional and conscious about how you approach that. Whereas if you grew up in the same suburb, on the same street, went to the same school, and look and sound the same, you might miss the nuance that you are two very, very different people with very different backgrounds, informing everything that you do, think, and feel. I think that it's a strength to be in a cross-cultural relationship simply because of the awareness factor. I see in my practice how whether people are culturally similar, literally, or culturally different, their worldviews, two people's worldviews, are often so diametrically opposed, but there is an assumption of sameness. I think we all do that, whether it's a little bit of healthy narcissism, whether it's being egocentric like children. I think we all assume that we are correct, and that if we love somebody, they would automatically have a similar vantage point to ourselves. Whereas in a cross-cultural relationship, you don't really have that. You assume that there might be some differences and some challenges, and the assumption of that makes it easier to jump right in and get your hands dirty, figuring out where you actually stand in relation to each other and issues that arise. What is important is that, irrespective of whether you're culturally the same or culturally different to your partner, there has to be an acknowledgement that that person is other to you. We want to believe that we're each other's mirror image, but we're simply not. And when I was marrying my husband and we were planning to travel to Iran for the first time, we had family friends who were a lot older and wiser than we were at the time. And the wife in that union was not Iranian. So the husband was Iranian, the wife was not. And she took me aside one day and said, you have to embrace everything about this when you travel there. It is going to be your instinct to judge. It's going to be your instinct to disagree. It's going to be your instinct to take offense. But if you suspend all of that and you just drink it in for what it is, knowing that it's not permanent, but that it gives you incredible insight into your husband, into how he thinks, how he feels, what has framed his experience, you will benefit immensely. And I think that whether your husband, wife, partner is culturally similar or culturally different, if you take the same view every time you step into their world, rather than just being annoyed with the mother-in-law or pissed off with how things work in their dynamic, I think then there is huge potential for growth and connection and empathy. And what you can understand, you tend not to judge, rather to move over and make room for.